And Mike Yawney traveled all the way to Chestermere this morning. It was actually a good move because rain in downtown Calgary, but not the case in Chestermere, Mike.
It's actually, you know what, not too bad. A little bit windy. The water's a little bit choppy, but it's not too bad. At least it's nice and dry here, guys.
Yeah, I'm jealous. It's pouring right here in the studio, Mike.
That's good news for you, Mike.
There's actually a few breaks in the clouds. You never know, the sun may show up this morning. But this morning we are out in Chestermere, and of course TD and Breakfast Television asked you, where do you want us to be today? You voted online saying get out of town. So we thought we'd kind of do two things at once. Get out of town, let's head out to Chestermere. But you know what? Statistics show a lot of people are doing staycations this year. So Chestermere is nice and close. So we thought we'd talk a bit about boating safety if you're heading out. And of course you can go to breakfasttelevision.ca and you can choose where you want us to go next Wednesday. Voting closes tomorrow just before noon, so you watch and win with TD. And we are in Chestermere talking about boat safety. I want to introduce you to Cam with Boat Smarts. And
how you doing?
Before you even get into the boat, there's a lot of things to take into consideration. But before that, this is the biggest weekend for boating in Canada.
That's right, it's huge. So, especially because the weather hasn't been great this spring, everybody's, really wanting to get out in the water. It's been a long winter. Before you head out, make sure that you've got a couple of things covered. Make sure you've got your Boat Smart operator card. That's required by law. If you're caught without that card, it's a minimum $250 fine.
Wow.
Any age, any horsepower, any size boat. Even if you're under 16, you can get that card. It's mandatory. It's more important than just avoiding that fine, though. It's getting the knowledge you need to boat safely. So that's going to get you the knowledge.
And this isn't just motorized boats. This could be other boats as well.
Just motorized boats.
Oh, just motorized. Okay.
Although if you're operating any vessel on the water, it's a great idea to get that card. But
sure.
Go to boatsmartexam.com or just Google BoatSmart. You can take the course online. You can actually do it all in a day, so you can get ready for the long weekend. But it's a popular time. There's going to be a ton of boats out there. You've got to make sure that you have that knowledge, you know the navigation rules.
And there are a lot of incidents happening out there, probably more than people realize.
Unfortunately, yes. So the average rate of fatalities in Canada across the country, it's actually dropped from about 150 a year to 120 a year because of that education and that card. But there's still work to do, obviously. So I want to make sure that people have the education. They're making common sense choices when they head out in the water.
Right. And about 6,000 injuries per year.
That's right.
Wow. Who would have thought?
And the unfortunate thing is most of those are preventable. So
right.
I think that's really important to note is that we can get that number a lot lower because it is about making common sense choices and making sure you have that knowledge.
Now we're going to be talking about life jackets later on in the show. That's obviously key, but there are many things you need in your boats besides that. Let's just walk through a couple quickly.
That's right. So you do need various safety equipment. Different boats and different styles of boats, different lengths require different safety equipment. So just go to the BoatSmart website, check out what you need for your boat. A couple of the common pieces. Boat safety kit, so that acts as a bailer for you. It's also got a flashlight and a whistle. Make sure your batteries are charged up, ready to go for the season. Most boats are going to require a paddle, so that's an extendable paddle. If you've got an inboard gas tank or an inboard engine, you need a fire extinguisher. Make sure it's charged up and ready to go for the season. Yeah. And then various other things like we talked about a flashlight. You need to have a sound signaling device like an air horn or a whistle.
No whistle.
Flashlight, you need to have a sound signaling device and signal SOS, or you can just blow the whistle in regular intervals and somebody in shore is going to hear that and think, that's not normal, somebody's in trouble. A couple of other pieces of equipment, just make sure that you've either got a bailer or your manual bilge pump. And of course, life jackets are super important. Right. Got to make sure you've got an approved life jacket for each person on board.
Okay, so life jackets are very important. We'll be talking about that later on this morning. And you know what, Jill, Ted, the rain is starting to fall a little bit, but we're going to stick it out. We're going to tough it out. We're going to be hitting the water a little bit later on.
Yeah, it sometimes rains when you're on the lake, so there you go.
At least there's blue sky out there.
Mike Yawney from Chestermere.
Okay.